So this is just the answers to the knowledge organiser for the extra acids and bases topic. So describe concentrated acid, large amount of H plus ions in a given volume, dilute, small amount of H plus ions in a given volume. So it's depending on the volume. Strong acid totally dissociates, so something like HCl will split up into H plus and Cl minus, whereas something like ethanoic acid will split up into H plus and CH3COO minus, so it won't totally dissociate. Okay, describe the differences. This comes up quite a lot, and you can kind of see what's going on. You can compare their pHs, whether they partially or totally dissociate. Sulfuric acid will give you a quicker rate of reaction, also a higher temperature rise in the reaction. Ethanoic acid will give you slower rate of reaction, lower temperature rise. Okay, how to carry out a titration, you need to know this. Okay, so kind of gonna go through the steps, but maybe pause it and have a think. Use the pipette and pipette filler to add 25 centimeters of acid to a clean conical flask. Okay, remember, a conical flask looks like that. Add a few drops of indicator and place on a white tile so you can see the color change. Fill the burette with acid. Okay, remember, a burette looks a bit like that. Fill it with acid, and then slowly, and we say drop-wise, so add it drop by drop, add the acid to the alkali. Okay, add the acid when the endpoint is reached, appropriate colour change indicator happens, note the final volume. Okay, so you need to remember the final volume and the initial volume. Okay, repeat step 1 to 5 until you get coordinate results. Okay, you want them to be within 1.02 of each other. Okay, you can swap the liquids around and do acid and alkali the other way around. Okay, you're often then asked to work out concentration, which would be moles times by conc, and then there's just an example. Big thing is we need to convert centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed, so we divide by 1,000. Okay. Insoluble salts are when two soluble salts react together in a precipitation reaction. And there's some kind of examples there. So silver nitrate and sodium chloride are both soluble when their solutions are mixed together. Soluble silver nitrate is made and insoluble silver chloride is made. You'll often ask then to do the ionic equation because you're making silver chloride, which is the insoluble one. So the ionic equation would be that, because they would be aqueous, because you're doing the one that forms the precipitate. Okay, you can then wash and filter that with water and then dry in an oven to get a crystal, or kind of like a crystal. Okay, soluble salts are made by either reacting acids with soluble or insoluble bases. This is two salts, this is a salt, and well, it can actually be an alkali or a base as well. Okay, so it normally bases. Okay, how is it made? Dissolve, filter, evaporate, and you have to be able to explain them steps.